with the Sig Sauer. Let's get this right. Sig Sauer P320. So it's a P320 lineup. This is the X-Five variant.
Max.
Max, which is Max Michel's what take on it, right?
Okay.
Creation. Infused the grip module, a little bit heavier than your standard. Straight trigger.
Infused?
Is it titanium infused? I think it's some type of infusion. I thought the infusion meant the added weight that you could put in the grip in order to make it heavier, but I think maybe it's the entire thing that's titanium how do you say it?
Infused.
Infused. Titanium infused. So my impression of this pistol, so we did something a little bit different to begin with. We shot the pistol first. It's our first time shooting this pistol. It's my buddy's Fuwa's pistol. So he brought it. We're like, great, let's quickly do a review. You saw the first shots, the cold start.
Mm-hmm.
I have to be honest, I didn't have a cold start because I'm like, I want to at least see what I'm dealing with. So I shot probably 10 rounds before I started shooting for groups, just because I wanted to kind of feel how the trigger feels, and I still couldn't figure out until later in the shooting. So, but one really minor modification that was done, and it's not really, I guess you could say it's modification. That was that gas pedal, or I call it thumb rest, that was added just to kind of get that, constant grip. All right, so it assists with the grip. Sig Sauer P320 X-Five Max. 5 shots at 7 yards. All right. Probably didn't sit it all the way. I would expect nothing less at 7 yards. 7 yards is not a true test. It's the 15 and 25 where it matters. Mar, your turn.
All right. First mag on this gun, 7 yards. There's 5 shots in here.
How was the trigger?
It took a bit of getting used to, based on the self-defense triggers I'm used to, but I think we can do better than that.
Now, I personally would say you should have taken shots, and because that was a cold start.
It was
so
a
that's
cold start.
that's already
My first
perk.
mag, but purposely for this video, that's what we're doing. Let's take it to 15. 15 yards, 5 shots. Check it out. I think they're a bit high.
And I know why, man. Yeah,
I think they're a bit high. Yep, they're a bit high. Still, some trigger adaptation.
You kept it all in the 9-10 ring.
Yeah.
So that was a good thing. But you figure you're so used to the Walther now,
Yes.
the Glock.
Yes.
Even though this is a much more superior platform,
Yep.
still takes time like anything else. You got to get used to the trigger, you got to get used to the recoil, the behavior of the pistol.
Yep. Plus, first take. Let's see what you're gonna do.
Let's do it. Now at 15 yards, and this is where the fun begins. Can't blame the trigger, can't blame anything.
Okay, okay. Let's go, birdshot.
All right. You know what's interesting is that just like the previous time, on a second shot, it locked back with 3 rounds still in the magazine. So I'm not sure, and I don't think I'm manipulating it in any way, but who knows? Yeah, definitely a little bit sloppier. And that's not cutting the line, so that's a 9 ring. Otherwise, we kept it on the 10.
All right.
So I do like this pistol. The trigger is more than adequate for anything you want to do, whether you're running a competition, speed, when we're going to do speed drills and see later on how it does in speed. But as far as the accuracy, the control of the trigger pull, you witnessed it. It's phenomenal. All right, let's take it to 25 and really challenge ourselves.
What does 25 do? I heard it separates the boys from the men. Is that what it is?
That's all it does. That's
All right.
all it does.
This is the day when we separate the men from the boys.
All right, 5 shots, 25 yards. This is where the camera comes into play.
Hopefully you don't mean my little camera over there.
I'm gonna do my best. I see couple in the white.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh man,
The Birdman.
they all went high, right? That's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they all went high.
I mean,
Interesting.
on the flip side, you can take this gun hunting.
Yeah, you know, I might have to redo that with a different target. Great gun, great gun.
Yeah.
But man, it's like anything else. Once you get used to it, I think once I get used to the trigger, and I'm trying to treat it as any other gun, you know, focusing on the trigger and kind of stabilizing my hand. But the reality is every gun performs differently.
But enough small talk.
All right, 5 shots from 25. Let's see if this is a competition gun or a bird hunting gun. .25 easy. Let's take a look.
I see a couple highs.
Yeah, there's definitely a few highs. Wow, is that 2?
No, that looks like 1.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So this, we're not sure how this pistol was sighted.
Yep.
Meaning we haven't sighted. It's my buddy's pistol. So obviously shoot high for us both. So maybe we'll redo it at 25 to see if we could tighten it up now that we're semi used to the trigger.
Right. Let's try to aim a bit lower and see if
a little bit lower. Right. We'll
Yeah.
just do 25 just on its own.
Yep.
And the main objective to keep it in the black.
Rescue attempt.
I don't know about this 25-yard situation.
It's not easy.
It's definitely not easy.
25 with a pistol that you haven't shot. How's the red dot treating you?
You know, the glare started.
It's not bad. I mean, you pulled one.
Right. The glare started making the dot seem bigger than it is. So it truly is almost covering the whole target for me. And at 25, that's you can.
And that's
make
one
very
thing I
small
noticed
adjustments.
too with that 5.0 dot or whatever size that dot is. It's kind of
Right. It becomes harder to make adjustments as well because of that little glare around the dot too.
What about the trigger reset? Do you feel like there's 2 resets almost there?
You know, what is getting me is I'm not expecting this hard wall. The trigger is smooth, but then it's getting to this hard wall that I need to break through. And that's what I'm not used to yet.
This is #1 bullshit.
Yeah, I find that reset to be so forward, so it's way longer, and you get that extra click in the trigger that kind of fools me thinking it's a reset. Normally when I shoot fast you don't really feel it, but when you're taking your time, I'm so used to the CZs or 1911s when that very positive reset happens, you pull the trigger, because I don't let the trigger ride all the way forward before I take another shot to minimize the over travel. Where with this particular trigger, that almost like a false reset.
Oh, well, pardon me, Mr.
I mean,
Perfect.
the group was phenomenal. That's all in a 10 ring. We're cutting 10 ring in an X ring. So it shoots phenomenal. But once I figure out this trigger, even though I really can't complain. I mean, in comparison to Mars shooting, it's, okay, I'm gonna say it's not a gun, all right? It's not a gun, it's pure luck. But no, the reality is it's a gun. The gun is phenomenal. I'm actually pleasantly surprised how this shot. I wasn't expecting that type of performance at 25 yards. And I still gotta really study the trigger. So what I did, because we shot previously, that dot is a 5.0 dot, which means it's a larger dot, and at 25 yards it covers the entire target, the entire black area. So it's harder to really know where to aim accurately, right? It's great for fast shooting because you're just kind of getting it on paper. So what I did is I dimmed it way down so I could barely see the dot in order to fine tune it where I could aim a little more precise. But in reality, I would probably get a 3.0 dot or even a smaller if they make a smaller. I'm not sure if they make it smaller in a Max Romeo. I know SRO Trigicon, which is my favorite optic, makes it 1.0, 2.5, and I think 5.0. So, but for the Max, not a bad optic. Definitely got to get used to it, but just the red dot is a little bit bulkier for me.
All right, so we're here with Fouad, the original owner of this Sig P320 X-Five Pro Max, I think that's all.
Yeah, you forgot about the optic
Oh my,
and custom works.
Sig, come on, how many more names? Anyways, Fouad has been shooting with us for about a month, so we shoot once a week. This is about his fourth time shooting. As I said, he's the original owner, so we're curious to see, as someone who's adapted to this trigger and been shooting it well, what his shots look like. 10 shots at 15 yards. Did he destroy us? Did he destroy us? Let's see.
Kept it all in the black. Phenomenal. Wow. So that just shows you, I mean, it's been, what, 4 times that Fouad has been shooting, and already take a look at that group. Obviously, you guys saw before me, but great job. Just shows
Thank you.
Once you're accustomed to the pistol does the work for you.
Absolutely. First thing I noticed on this gun, no sights, as you can tell, which was, to me, was odd. However, this is a competition gun that comes with this Romeo Max red dot. The other thing that stood out to me was this trigger. So it's a smooth pull for me, but then there was a hard wall that I did not expect and took a bit of getting used to. It is different than the Walthers and the Glock 19 that I regularly shoot. All in all, it feels really good in the hand. It feels nice and heavy, very comfortable for me. And I think it's just a matter of time for me to get used to it, to be shooting literally an inch hole at 10, 12.
Correct. So once again, so for me, off the bat, right off the bat, the surprising part was how relatively heavy it felt. I'm a big fan of heavy guns. I like heavy guns. I like how they feel. It's just something about the heavy guns. They feel like, besides the recoil control, it's the follow-up shots, and it just feels manlier, right? I don't know if I should use the word manlier, but it just feels right? Of course, if I'm carrying something, I want it as light as possible, but when I'm shooting for groups or speed or competition, which is what this pistol is designed for. This pistol is designed to run competition. It's not designed for carry or self-defense. I guess you could use it for self-defense. Probably a good pistol to use for self-defense. Probably like
your bedroom gun?
Your bedroom gun, your cabinet gun.
Shower gun.
Well,
everybody needs a shower gun.
Everybody needs a shower gun. So definitely a great home defense gun, not necessarily a carry gun. But like I said, I personally love the feel of the heavy material, which was a big surprise because I'm used to the original X-Five 320, and I never cared for it. I never cared for the weight. I never cared for the feel. It felt almost too bulky, even though the frame is the same. But maybe the grip texture, maybe the design has re-engineered. So obviously Max knows what it's doing. So Max put a lot of personal touches to make this pistol run. We tried double taps. We tried fast shooting. A lot of those shots are off camera, so you'll kind of have to take my word for it. But you know, the pistol could be fast, reliable, everything. That's one thing. Very reliable. We haven't had any real hiccups. There's couple magazine issues that we had.
Only
but
with you,
only
on a
with
couple,
me. And,
right.
and I'm not sure, maybe I was somehow
the slide stop?
manipulating. Right,
Yeah,
slide
maybe.
stop or something I was doing wrong. And please comment if there's anything you notice me doing that kind of caused, you know, my slide to lock with still 3 rounds left in a magazine.
Yes, please torch Vadim in the comments.
Don't do that. But definitely, we love your comments. We read your comments. We try to respond promptly as much as we can. But you know, let us know if there's a particular. Now we have a lot of pistols in our arsenal. So if there's any particular popular pistol that you'd like us to review, let us know in the comments. If we don't have it, we know someone who does. So we'll get it. But if you notice, me and Mar, we're looking for accuracy over everything else. So you could have the most reliable pistol, the most fastest pistol, great. But if I cannot hold a tight group, it's just not for me. And it could be the grip, could be just my hands toward the guns. You got to feel the gun.
Question.
Yes.
In our best first gun series, is this a best first gun?
No.
I have to agree.
No, I don't think so. I don't think that's going to be your first choice, even though it's a great choice. And I think Fuad, who's the owner of this gun, chose this gun because the type of shooting we were doing. Now, he has a self-defense pistols that he brings. He has a Canik, which I recommended a Canik. Canik is a great first gun. Either the Rival or any other full-size Caniks, even their 4.5-inch Caniks, they're great. But as far as the first gun, the reason he chose this one as maybe secondary gun was because of the type of drills we were shooting. You know, fast moving, fast draws, more geared toward competition / duty. And this pistol checks out all the boxes. And he became very proficient. You saw the shots. I mean, he kept that at 15 yards. He kept it all in the black. And like I mean, we're going to repeat ourselves saying it's NRA B8 style target. Those of you that shoot regularly know exactly what type of their official. Well, ours is unofficial, but the official measuring
size. Yep.
the sizing. So like I said, overall great pistol for me. My biggest grudge, if I had to give it, was that long reset. I mean, I don't like that trigger being that fast, that much forward. And I'm not sure if it has to do with, you know, idea of shooting. Like this was designed around competition. So when you go fast, you don't really notice that. It's only when you're shooting for groups, for precision. That's the only time I'm noticing. And we have a SpectraComp that we will probably do a follow-up on to this pistol, but great pistol. So if you're looking for a fun range toy, I would say, or competition, all day. There's a reason why this is one of the most popular platforms at USPSA, IDPA, because this gun simply performs. Shoots great, accurate, fast, all the above, and reliable. Most importantly, reliable. Even though for me the importance is accuracy, but general importance is reliability. So this checks all the boxes. Great pistol. I love it. Like I said, the only modifications was that added thumb rest. So otherwise, oh, and I guess another issue I had was with the optics, and just because of the big dot. As far as the optic itself, the glass, the clarity, perfect. There was nothing. I mean, there is that little bluish tint to it that I've noticed.
Well, also the daylight has escaped us as we were filming this.
Daylight.
We started seeing the glare a little bit.
Correct. So we're having, you know, there's a lot of variances. But as far as the optic itself, it's a great glass. I mean, there's a reason why this is among the best. I mean, I would say Max, Trigigon SRO, and the Holosun 507 Comp, probably my top 3. There are tons of other great optics, but from the glass standpoint and just a quick, you know, pickup of the dot, this is great gun. So pick yourself one up, and hopefully this short little review helped. I'm sure we talk a lot.
It was short about 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, and then we turned it into this whole, you know. So hopefully you like it. Guys, stay tuned. We have more coming up. This is it.